Peace, love, and respect, y'all. First and foremost, if y'all are not new to the channel, y'all already know how I get down. I show gratitude first and foremost before embarking on anything. You heard me? And I just got to give a major shout out to all y'all that have decided to tune and tap in with me tonight. Okay? And for those of y'all that are new to the channel, hey, this is Tea and Tarot with Tundi. Okay, I normally do these reads on Tuesdays, but y'all, it's a full moon. It's a full moon. And again, for those of y'all that already follow my other socials, y'all already know during the full moon, I'm doing all placements. Tonight we are on fire signs. Okay? And y'all, look, I tried to get them all done in one day, but hey, look, I'm not, we're not rushing no processes around here. Okay? I believe wholeheartedly in divine timing. So, if you have tapped into the read and you have found yourself to the table, welcome. Go ahead and brew your tea, get your tea together. And I'm just going to go ahead and remind y'all that coffees, lattes, cold tea, hot tea, juice, all of that, frappuccinos, they are all welcome. Okay? So, I'm just going to go ahead and get right on into it. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and get right on into it. So, y'all know it's cuddle season, right? Woo! It is. It is cuddle season, and I am finding that there are a lot of births happening, both physically and spiritually. Okay, a lot of labors happening, in particularly, and that's kind of funny considering, you know, the times that we are in right now. It seems like everybody's been laboring all damn year, right? And it's like, when is it gonna stop? When is it gonna stop? But it is what it is, and that's the thing, you know. My fire signs, like, y'all are having to repeat the lesson of patience to the point to where is y'all are getting a double whammy. Y'all are also learning how to humble yourselves. Okay? How to humble yourselves. Because it's like we saying major breakthroughs, but then, you know, you kind of feel as though something's just not moving fast enough for you. And it's really giving off bratty behavior. Really giving off bratty behavior. Please do not force your processes. You might miss something. In fact, it's very likely that you'll miss something. So please do not force it. And for those of y'all that are literally just on the brink of, you know, just, I don't care anymore. Yeah. Okay. That's also a way that you can miss something. We're not going through that. We are not going through that. Okay? And we're also not playing victim either. Because at the end of the day, you know, rushing a situation, rushing a process, wanting what you want right now, the way you exactly, it's not, and it don't work that way. But the thing about it is there's a lot of inner child healing that needs to be done. A lot of this is rooted in between, well, not so much in between. A lot of these behaviors are rooting from unresolved issues and behaviors that were created from childhood. I did see a lot of being overlooked. I did see a lot of wounds when it came down to blaming of your parents for things. And a lot of y'all are honestly still blaming your parents for things. And y'all already know my channel is not for kids. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. And I hate to say it that way, but sometimes y'all need to hear it in the way that's going to get your attention. Okay, I see some of you all waiting for apologies. Well, if it hasn't happened yet, keep on going. Keep on moving with your life. Keep on pursuing the goals and the purpose that you have. Don't be sitting around waiting for somebody to get right when you got your own shit to get in order. Which is probably why a lot of y'all have been craving candy too. Sweeten your spirit up a little bit. Okay? Because I did see some bitterness. I did see some bitterness. Okay? You know, playing victim. You know, always feeling the need to having to explain yourself, always feeling the need to have to get your point across. I really find it funny that my selenite, I'm twirling it in a repetitive motion. And what I'm honestly getting from this right now is who's gonna stop the cycle? Who's gonna stop the cycle? And it's funny because I was just mentioning that someone's got to be the bigger person. But don't so much look at being the bigger person of the situation. Look at it as though you're being the bigger person for you. You're being the bigger person so that you don't drain yourself. It's like literally, like, you know, when you run your mouth so much, or you're consistently trying to explain yourself or get your point across, or you're consistently trying to argue and fight, it's draining. It's draining. You cannot force someone's mindset to be what you want it to be. You cannot force someone to understand you. Because the more energy you're putting into forcing someone to understand you, you're missing you. You're missing the cry that your inner self, specifically your inner child, for a lot of you, is crying out for. It's crying to be tended to. So in all reality, you're just repeating the same cycle that you dealt with long ago. You're just repeating the same cycle, and that's a perfect example of trauma passing trauma, of hurt passing hurt. Okay, so we're gonna do better with that, y'all. We're gonna do better with that, especially for a lot of you all who are bringing children into this world. I'm seeing a lot of babies being born closer to the top of the year. And to be completely honest, I was also seeing a lot of these traits being passed down to children. I'm also seeing that a lot of you all are concerned, or you're doubting your parenting abilities. Do not look at that as a bad thing. When you get to the point to where you are doubting your parenting ability, I won't even say doubting your parenting ability, you're reflecting on it. When you get to the point to where you really start reflecting on your parenting abilities, that's spirit speaking to you and bringing things to the forefront and bringing things to the table that spirit feels and knows wholeheartedly that you are ready to start tapping into. Whether you feel like you are ready to go head first into it or not, spirit feels as though you are ready to start addressing it. So what you gonna do about it? You gonna shit or get off the pot? Parenting, learning how to strengthen your parenting abilities starts definitely with you, but particularly healing your inner child. Healing your inner child. Okay? Look at the way you were raised. Look at the things that you picked up, the characteristics you picked up, the both good and the negative traits you picked up as a child. Where did they come from? How were you treated? How were you talked to? How did that make you feel? And it doesn't have to just start and stop with parents. We can go through siblings, instructors, teachers, neighbors, the whole nine. Really dig into your inner child, y'all. Start doing things with your inner child. Go back and just sit with her or him. Do things that take you back to do that childish ass shit again. Go to the park. Go to the park, color, do the things that you really enjoy doing. For those of you that have children, start doing more childlike things. Get out. Go outside. Okay? And it's okay to say no. So a lot of you are struggling with that, which happens to stem from, for some of you, being manipulated often. And that brought you to a point of being afraid to say no. Being afraid to say no. Feeling like it was wrong to say no. Especially for those of us that have grown up hearing all the time, you know, not to tell someone no, that's okay. That is perfectly okay. Those are you setting your boundaries. Those are you setting your boundaries. Okay? So, with that being said, and setting those boundaries will also free a lot of you all from always having to seek acceptance. Always having to seek acceptance. So, I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't think I did. For those of y'all that know, I am a diviner by nature. I am intuitive by nature. I use all of my clairs when I do my reads. So for those of y'all that are new to the channel, as y'all saw, you know, I just get to spilling tea because spirit be spitting facts. So it is what it is. For those of you all that are not new to the channel, I hope that you all receive that. In fact, I hope all of you receive that. I do want you all to keep in mind that when it comes down to readings, please understand that these readings are merely just for guidance. Okay? When your energy is read, or, you know, when your energy is picked up, these are messages from spirit in regards to pretty much the path that you're on. The path that you're on. So please understand that these readings are not intended to foretell the future, because at the end of the day, you are the designer of your destiny, and that energy can shift at any time, any point in time. It's all about what you gonna do. It's all about what you gonna do. It's all about what you gonna do. Yes. Alrighty. Okay, so I don't read these in reverse. So we're starting off with some oracles, y'all, and we got Merkaba and fire. Love y'all fire signs. I love y'all. Yes. Anti-Eucitians. So all right, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, humility is a game changer, y'all. Humility is a game changer. Humility is a major game changer. It's a lot of changes happening. It's a lot of movement happening, and it's happening really quickly. And y'all are going head first into all of it. Head first into all of it. I'm also hearing for some of you that you all are struggling with jumping to conclusions and feeling the backfire of it. Okay? And feeling the backfire of it. So again, humility is a gem. Humility is a gem. All right, you guys. So for those of y'all that are trying desperately to speak your truth, I want you all to go deep within yourselves and ask yourself what that truth is. Be real with yourself. Be completely real with yourself. Shadow work for a lot of you. Shadow work for a lot of you. Believe it or not, ask yourselves, because again, I have seen some abuse in the energy. I've seen some abuse. And believe it or not, when you have dealt with abuse, you can tend to pick up tendencies of abusiveness, whether that be physical, verbal, mentally, or emotionally. And a lot of you all are not really wanting to look at that look at that part of yourselves. Okay? Because I'm seeing a lot of the attitude of, I'm right, you're wrong, I said what I said, you're gonna hear what I said, and you're going to think the way that I need you to think. And no, baby, that doesn't work that way. Because how are you gonna open yourself up to learning? How are you gonna open yourself up to growing? How are you going to do that if you're always right? Somebody's gotta be open to knowledge here, and if you know everything, how you gonna learn? Yeah, see, the Galactic Federation, which is, you know, collaboration, meetings, and community. You have to be willing and open to actually to actually receiving guidance. And I'm saying that with a lot of y'all here lately. A lot of y'all, not just my fire placements. To whereas everyone wants to be in some form of fashion of control. And that's mainly why Spirit is forcing you to obtain patience. A lot of y'all are being humbled right now. What happened? A lot of y'all being humbled right now. What's going on? Hold up. Hold up. A lot of y'all being humbled right now. Somebody done called you out. You feel some type of way. Somebody done called you out. You feel some type of way. It's perfectly okay to protect your ideas. It's perfectly okay to protect your ideas. But understand that when you get called out on yourself, or even like your ideas, take the time to really look at, okay, let me go deeper. Let me go a little bit deeper, look at the details, look at the fine print of things. It's not to say that you're changing your ideas. It's not to say you're changing your thought processes. It's just saying that you are further looking at yourself. You're further looking at yourself. And y'all be big on perfection. Y'all be real big on perfection. So I don't see why that's even a damn problem. I don't even see why that's a problem. Why? Because you want to be right. Right when I said that, the vegans popped up. You want to be right. And it don't work that way. For some of you, there is a connection that's coming in to humble that ass. There's a connection to come through to humble that ass. And with that also, it's coming in to humble you in a way that's teaching you a lesson. And I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Keep in mind that this connection coming in, or this could be a connection that you're currently in. Now, please take that as it resonates. Please leave behind what does not. This connection is meant to teach you lessons. This could be a karmic connection. Very well, karmic connection. I'm really seeing some mother wounds here. Yeah. Yeah, because then we got the flower of life. This one here is going to really test you. It's going to test and try you. Like I said, this connection coming in is really going to humble that ass. It's really going to humble that ass. You're going to be triggered in ways that you didn't even think that you needed to be damn triggered. Or needed to even work on. And that honestly is a beautiful portion of the spiritual journey. I'm not even gonna lie. It's hell, but it's actually really beautiful, because then you have that wake up call. Like, I'll be goddamn. All this time I've been operating this way, and what? Me? Not I? Because believe it or not, triggers are healthy. Triggers can be healthy, because if, let's just say you're operating in a way and you're constantly going around and you're projecting certain energies, or you're projecting a certain way of operating. Prime example, like we just mentioned earlier, if you come from an abusive background, whether that physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever that may be, whether you are aware of the abuse or it was your norm, and you grow up and you're consistently operating in that same form that you were raised, or that same form that you actually experienced prior to, it's like you're gonna think that everything's perfectly okay, and that, again, that's where the victim mindset comes from. You're gonna feel as though everything's perfectly okay and it's everybody else but you, up until your core is hit and your ass is triggered, and now that shit hurt. Now you can really see shit for the way it is. Ooh, fire signs, y'all came in hot. Now y'all can, again, yeah, see, this is a karmic connection coming in. Now please understand that karmic connections are not always romantic. These could even come into the form of friendships, and even down to your children. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Even down to your children. And sometimes we're here learning lessons, and we enter into these karmic connections even with our own children, that are lessons that we have to learn in regards to a past life that we've even had. I'm getting that for a few of you, a select few of you, not all of you, but a select few of you. Please take what resonates, leave behind what does not. Okay, so I'm getting two storylines here. So for a lot of you, when it comes down to this karmic connection, you're really trying your hardest to not really see shit for what it is. And that's where the whole portion about you humbling yourself and being open to receptiveness and actually seeing shit for the way it is going to get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. Especially because you're sitting back playing the victim role. You're trying to camouflage the situation. You're trying to cover shit up. No. I do apologize, fire placements, that your read is just so cutthroat. But I gotta call it for how it fucking is. I gotta call it for how it fucking is. Like, you sitting back looking in the mirror and wanting to see what the hell you want to see when the reflection is right there, dead ass in your face. Come on now. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. You have to really, your perception is blurry right now. And that ain't how we doing it. That ain't how we doing it. We're gonna pull some more. We're gonna pull some more. So all in all, Spirit is saying you need to really see shit for the way it is. Do some real soul searching and shadow work. Real soul searching and shadow work. And it's funny because we pulling strictly oracles tonight with y'all. Strictly oracles. I even pulled out one of my OG decks. Y'all, I think this was like one of my first decks. I really don't even know, I don't even remember the name of this deck. But it was like one of my first decks. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Y'all see, it even looks old. It even it even looks old, y'all. I think this was one of the first decks that I started out with. Oh my gosh. And it's funny because, yeah, it's funny because I really thought that this was a tarot deck when I first got it. And come to find out, it was more oracle. I mean, it has some traits of a tarot deck, but it's like a combination. I don't know how else to explain it other than that's what I've learned by working with this deck. And I just had to work with the hand that I was dealt, literally. Now take this as it resonates, leave behind what does not. I had to learn how to work with the hand that I was dealt. Because y'all know, for readers out there, you know, you may start off with one deck. Okay? And so for some of you that may go out and buy a deck, you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. You just know that you're drawn to this specific deck. And when you start working with it, you're really hoping that you really connect with this deck. And you really just have to work with the hand that you're dealt. And that's what a lot of you fire placements are having to learn. Being thankful for what you have. Working with the hand that you are dealt. Facing the hand that you are dealt, because you can't run from it. You cannot run from it. All you can really do is master it. It ain't going nowhere. It don't matter how many lifetimes you come back. It ain't going nowhere. I don't know what you thought. I don't know what you thought. Crap, y'all. Whoo, child. Okay, so we've got love, wind in reverse. So this is the child's consciousness card, and it's in reverse, and sorceress. Again, you gotta see shit for the way it is. You gotta see shit for the way it is. And a lot of soul searching, going back to your inner child, going back to those wounds. It's a lot of wounds that are that are resurfacing that you didn't even realize stem so far back. Stem so far back, but they did. They did, and it's okay because they can be healed. I saw, yes, crone transmutation, and it's funny that I pulled this card right when I was about to tell y'all this. So, and pessimism. Okay, yes. So, yes, story time. It's not really a story. It's just, you know, spilling tea. So, and yeah, at the bottom of the deck, we've got cycles. Cycles and community. So, peep this. I saw something today, and I've seen it multiple times throughout my lifetime, where someone said a narcissist never changes. A narcissist never changes. And I've heard that so many times. But you want to know the real crazy part about that statement? Is 9 times out of 10 the same person that is running around saying that a narcissist never changes is a narcissist themselves. I mean, look at the fact. One thing for sure that, you know, is said that narcissists do is they gaslight. They gaslight. And do you realize they gaslight, and they tend to try to shift the perspectives of those around them or their target, so to speak. I don't really like saying the term target, but okay. When one is running around and out of the blue, like nobody asked you, boo-boo, and you're running around and you're screaming, narcissists never change. Okay. That's for one, is projecting your personal feelings or projecting a thought process that you yourself do not even know as to be a fact. You're just operating from a hurt standpoint, or a traumatized standpoint, or just a personal standpoint. But you're trying to get everyone that you encounter with that statement to hop on board with that. To be honest, narcissists can change, but it's not so much them changing, it's them healing. So, hurtful truth here. Most anyone that has encountered a narcissist or someone that has been abusive in any way, form, or fashion, okay, becomes a narcissist themselves. Becomes a narcissist themselves in some type of way. One thing that narcissists do have, a trait that they do have, is avoidance. Look at that. Illusion. The card just popped up. Illusion just popped up. Boundaries. Hold up, we ain't done now. And realization. So one thing that they do, or one thing that happens is when you have dealt with someone or a being such as a narcissist, you tend to pick up narcissistic ways. It's really energy, because one thing that narcissists do is they project. That's what they project. It's a sense of control, not even realizing that they're projecting. But that's how narcissists be narcissistic, okay? It's by way of projection. And most times they don't realize, or they just refuse to see. And it's almost like being a what do you call it? Anyways, they either refuse to see, or they really just naturally don't see, because they have mastered the art of masking. They don't see that this is what they're actually doing. Well, on the opposite end, one who has become a narcissist due to the trauma that they have endured have also mastered the gift of masking. Because at this point, they don't see, and they either refuse to see or can't see that they have indeed become one themselves. So in that fact, they don't heal until or unless, because it doesn't happen all the time. It may not happen in this lifetime. It may happen in a whole nother lifetime, baby. But until we start hitting that peak of realization, and then we go in and we start forgiving ourselves, and we start healing ourselves. Okay? We start setting those boundaries, and we start stopping the cycles of manipulation and control. And you don't necessarily have to be in connection with someone to have these traits. You could be perfectly single, but you running around with the mindset that you have to control every goddamn thing around you. You know, it's the little things. It's the little things. So, in all actuality, a narcissist can change. But if you want to get fancy with the lingo, a narcissist can heal. Probably 90% of everybody has encountered some form of narcissism, whether that be from a romantic partner, a parent, an instructor, some form in some kind of way. And for this, now this may resonate with just a very small few, but this is what I'm getting. That someone is waiting for a message. You know, someone has come to the realization that this is what's been going on and is waiting for someone to fess up. So again, we spoke about this being projection, right? Energy is transferable. Energy ripples. It's a ripple effect. Anything that you want to attract, you have to live in that. You have to be that. Energy attracts energy. So if you want somebody to be open and honest with you, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the specific person, this is just the energy that you are going to attract. If you want to attract the energy of someone being open and honest with you or fessing up, you have to first start with yourself. You have to first start with yourself. You gotta first start with yourself, baby. And it takes time. Healing takes time. So you cannot rush the process. You can't rush the process. You cannot rush the process. And this is the start of your restoration. This is your healing. And as you start to heal yourself in this manner and really work on those hard wounds from these connections, because it doesn't always have to be, you know, something that has happened way beforehand when you was a kid or something like that. This could be you're constantly healing. I'm just gonna be honest, the healing journey is never over. So, you know, stop listening to this bullshit about, you know, when you're done healing. You're never done healing. If you were done healing, then you would be ascending on out of this damn world into the next life. Into the next life. But you're never really done healing. So again, life is not a race, y'all. It's not a race. You're constantly growing and glowing all the time. All the time. And so we've also got failure, desire, birth, and intention. So what this is definitely telling me, oh, and sacred law. Y'all see I told y'all I've had this deck for a long time. It's been a very long time. But and I rarely even use it anymore. But I was led to pull baby out tonight. But I'm gonna just leave y'all with this, and we're gonna go ahead and take this to an extended. You really gotta forgive yourself. Mistakes are going to happen. Mistakes are beautiful, actually, because with each mistake comes the gift of a lesson that is born, and with each lesson comes a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. So we're gonna go ahead and take this into an extended. If you would like to book a personal reading, an extension to this reading, or if you just want a personal reading for yourself, please do not hesitate to hit the link down below. I really want y'all to really work on your shadow work and healing yourselves. I really want y'all to really start being okay with looking at yourself. Really looking at yourself. And when you start seeing yourself for who you really are, the good, bad, and the ugly, okay? This is a read on shadow work. Oh my goodness. When those hard truths come out, look at yourself and just say, I forgive you. I love you and I forgive you. You didn't know no damn better. You didn't know no damn better. This human experience is full of mistakes, trips, falls. But one thing the human race does know how to do is get the fuck back up. Yes, we do. Yeah, and see, it's so funny. I looked at the bottom of my deck, regeneration. So yes, again, and then balance. So again, I really appreciate you all. I hope you all remain safe, happy, and healthy. And until next time, peace.